Welcome to my first behind the scenes episode. This morning I was working on my business and I thought this is a concept not a lot of people know, so I really want to be more transparent with processes and how I actually pull things off. So, something that was articulated for me was the difference between working on your business and working in your business. So, I believe it was Dave Ramsey I grabbed that from. So, shout out to him, his incredible financial work. But anyway, the concept still really powerful. So, to work in your business is as if you are an employee or someone making sales, someone accomplishing the mission of your business. And then, so that's kind of a really important step. But then working on your business is the website, all the logistics stuff, the legal stuff, the financial accounting, doing branding, logos, all that stuff. It's sort of referred to as working on the business, and it's more high level, like zoomed out. And what you'll notice about working on your business is that you'll never have that connection to your actual customer. Like, for me, when I personally am working on my business, I find that I'm usually avoiding something that I need to be doing in my business. And how many people in the coaching business world can relate to this? Like, you have a new project, a new thing you're working on, and rather than actually give it to a bunch of your clients, see, how they're responding to your work, some beta testing, some A/B testing, if you will, you, feel like it's a good idea to just change the color of your logo instead, or add a certain page to your website instead of giving something to your customer that would directly give you feedback, but also would open the door for you to receive some constructive criticism. And that's another one of my goals this year. 2024. Hey, so I'm I'm ready. But one of my goals this year is to get very clear on the way I am self-assessing. So, how am I giving myself grace? How am I being honest about where I am? And so you have to hold both. You have to be brutally honest about, I'm either doing this, I'm either showing up in the way that I want to in my business, or I'm avoiding the things that I must work on. And so I guess to say that a little bit more clearly would be, you must put one foot in front of the other and seek the feedback, say opening yourself up for the criticism, constructive criticism. And at the same time, it's all about giving yourself the credit for the effort that you are putting in. So, one big thing that we found from Carol Dweck's work, Dr. Dweck, um, at Stanford, she wrote this book called Mindset, and it's just groundbreaking. The people who have a mindset that they can get better, they're willing to do this self-assessment. They're willing to say, where can I improve? Because my my self identity is not built up in achievement or all of this stuff, what I can accomplish. Um, you know, I believe myself to be someone who is capable of improving, is essentially the mindset. And, you're not really a perfectionist in that mindset. You you're not carrying the voice of mom or dad or caregiver or whoever who said, "You need to get the A, you need to get a scholarship, you need to become a lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever." That voice, we've sort of already dealt with that, and we are now in dialogue with that voice, knowing that you might not ever get rid of it. But we're saying, you know what? If I just take a messy step forward and fall on my face, I think it'll be okay. I think, I could figure that out and I could navigate a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of difficulty in my life, specifically in my business. But I don't think that enough of us hold the mindset often enough. And I definitely am admitting to myself not holding that mindset often enough. So the coach in me wonders what would it take for me to hold the mindset more often? How do I how do I self-assess in a way that has me feeling like I'm moving forward but also like I'm allowed to make mistakes? So maybe I just declare I am allowed to make mistakes. And if those mistakes are in a forward direction for something toward a goal, right? Then it's all for something. I love that. Right now, is standing, crawling fast, but not yet walking. And the walking is one of the first examples in humans that I'm talking about, the willingness to fall down, the willingness to jack something up, but then not say, "Oh, I'll never get this. Oh, I'll never walk. I'll just, you know, I'll just be a crawler forever." The tenacity, the grit, the ability to cry it out sometimes when you fall and then get right back up. Pull yourself up onto whatever ledge is available. It's so amazing because I witness this like every day right now. But I I wonder how many of us hold that mentality today. So obviously you also have to identify your goal. What is it you're trying to do right now? And I used to have big level goals. Um, I guess I still do, but I I'm sort of in this dichotomy of holding a big goal and taking a small step. Big goal, small step. So define your big goal, but then take the action on the small step. So self check. Let's see. What would be the best question for that? I like declarative statements. So declaring that I will figure this out. I am capable of figuring this out. You could even add, I might have messed this up and I will figure this out. I might have given a terrible presentation and I'll figure out the next one. I might have let someone down and I will figure out how to serve them. I'll ask the feedback. Hey, I saw that that didn't work for you. Tell me more. Tell me what would serve you. And then be open to the answer. And honestly, when you're open to that kind of feedback, the answer is not always about you. So that's next level though. The the client, the person has their own shit, has their own journey. So for me, letting go of their journey, not controlling anyone's journey who is not me. And that's so powerful. We think that we need others to show up in a way that is conducive to us, that we want them to show up in. The truth is, the only thing we need is for us to show up in that way, in whatever way. So, um, this has been behind the scenes with here in the mirror coaching, and I'm doing the high level working on my business to get more clear about my vision. And essentially, that is what Hero in the Mirror is about. It's that however I'm treating other people externally, that is also a reflection of how I am treating me, how generous I am with my own effort. Do I give myself credit for my own effort? So I challenge you this year to notice your own effort and just say, hey, I'm showing up. I'm doing things that I didn't do yesterday. I'm doing things maybe that I've done 1,000 times, but that's worthy of praise. Way to go. Way to go, Ash. Way to just be here. And I think that's what it's all about, is just being here. With that, I wish you a phenomenal 2024. I know it's going to be an incredible year. Um, it's going to bring whatever it's going to bring. And we got this. I got this. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I intend to do these every week. See y'all next week.